How you doing?
Oh, hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, there we go.
Oh, great, great. Yeah. Hi, Michael.
Hi, how you
Hi.
doing?
Yeah. Regarding your topic on Muhammad in the Bible, I believe that there are many such prophecies, but I wanted to talk about so, some in Isaiah. And but before I do that, I just wanted to mention one of the gentlemen before me was talking about
Deuteronomy
Deuteronomy
33.
18,
Oh,
18.
18.
And I saw some very enlightening YouTube clips and interviews by uh, Ali Atai. Do you know Dr. Atai?
Aliatai, yeah.
Yeah. So he has some good. Please talk to him.
You should.
Because he
Would
has
love
some
to, yeah.
good uh, rebuttals to your point that it has to be Israelite, and he shows how it refers to Edomites, and he has multiple
Yeah. And
counterpoints.
I
So
know the
so
argument. The only time the phrase ever refers to Edomites is when it's qualified by that. When it's unqualified in Deuteronomy, it always refers to Israelites. But yeah, I know his
uh, uh,
point.
okay, yeah, and he has multiple points, but yeah, I think also it's good for you all to engage with people like Ali Atai, Shabir Ali, and
Oh,
there's
we'd
so
love to.
many sorry.
We'd love to. That's the problem. That I mean, we've asked them for debates and just never happens.
Shabir Ali has done many debates.
I'm
I don't know
trying
about
right
Ali
now currently
Atai.
to set up a debate with him in Canada. But we're getting some difficulties.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, thanks for trying to reach out to him. And yeah, so back to my point. In Isaiah 42,
Yep.
if you bring up Surah 7, verse 157 to 158, that talk about Muhammad being referred to in the
In the Torah and the gospel.
yeah, if you could bring that those two verses up, because Isaiah 42 covers all those points that are in that verse, in
Okay.
that verse or verses. It covers every single one.
Okay. Let me do a Quran.com actually.
All right.
So chapter 7, verse 157 covers what Isaiah 42 is describing.
Um. Yes. Can I don't know if it's both verses or one of them. But both. One of those verses refers to Muhammad being in the being written.
One 157 is the verse you're talking about. Mhm.
Okay. So let me just start with 157 though.
Omar,
Then.
something
So.
something happened to your camera. It went dark on us. We can't see you anymore. Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Oh, you went
Oh.
off the page to go look at it, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's okay. I sent myself an email, so I'll look at it over here. But
Okay.
in I don't have the verse in front of me, but in 757 it says that
Those who follow the unlettered prophet, whom they find written in the Torah and the gospel with them, who enjoins them what is right, prohibits what is wrong, makes lawful for them what is good, and forbids them what is evil, and relieves them from their burden and the shackles which were upon them. So they who have believed in him honored him, supported him, and followed the light which was sent down with him. It is those who will be the successful. That's 157.
oh, okay, okay, I appreciate that. So let me just I wrote down some points, so if I may, let me just kind of run through them.
Let's
So
go through one at a time.
okay, so I might uh, go back and forth. I don't know if I have all the points linearly, but maybe it's in 158 where it says uh, that uh, that Prophet Muhammad is a universal messenger messenger to all of humanity. It says, "O mankind, I am the messenger of God to you all." And Isaiah 42, um, 42 in verse uh, 1 and 6, it says that the servant will bring justice to to the nations, to the Gentiles, and is a light to the Gentiles. So that fits Prophet Muhammad very well. I mean, how many nations and ethnic groups? It's just phenomenal how quickly within his life, so many, Persians and all types of ethnic groups,
All right,
nations, they
so just
converted
really,
to.
just really quick. So what part of Isaiah 42 do you think Muhammad fits?
Uh, I'll try to bring it up in another window, but I think
Have
it's
it.
I think it's verse 1 and 6 where it says that the servant who brings justice to the nations slash Gentiles and is a light to the Gentiles.
It
Verse
says
1 and
in verse
verse 1 and verse 6, I believe. But I'll try to bring it up so I can.
is yeah, in verse 6 it says, I'm the Lord. I have called you in righteousness. I will take you by the hand and keep you. I will give you as a covenant for the people, a light for the nations.
Okay.
So do you believe that Muhammad himself is the covenant, or did he bring a covenant?
He it talks about, let me try to bring it up, but it talks about, it says here, he will bring justice to the nations. I'm looking at Bible Gateway.
Yeah, what verse? I thought you said verse 6, right? Verse 6 says the servant will be the covenant to the people.
Okay, I don't this I don't know if I have the formatting correct, but it says here, what I'm reading, it says Isaiah 42. It says, here's my servant whom I uphold, my chosen one in whom I
Yeah, that's
delight. I
verse
will put
1.
my spirit on him, and he will bring justice to the nations. I don't know what exact verse that is, but
That's
it
verse
says here.
1.
Okay. So
If you want, I could pull it up on the screen. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but can you see that?
it says verse 5 here.
Yeah, but
Maybe.
yeah, can you see that you can see it all? Is it clear
Yeah,
enough?
yeah, I can see it. So it
Okay.
says here, it says here, he will bring forth justice to the nations. So that fits Prophet Muhammad pretty precisely.
I disagree. So let's deal with I guess so not verse 6, so I guess we're dealing with verse 1. Behold my servant whom I uphold, my chosen in whom my soul delights. I have put my spirit upon him, and he will bring forth justice to the nations. Does Allah have a spirit?
Well, that's referring to, even the Quran refers to the spirit. It refers to the spirit that came upon the Prophet Muhammad's heart, in terms of the Quran, which a lot of Muslims interpret that to mean Angel Gabriel. But
Yeah, so
that's a separate point. I don't want to get in the
yeah,
weeds in that. But
yes,
the Quran refers
it's
to the spirit,
it's
refers to
important.
the
Yeah.
the spirit.
So
What's his name?
does Allah have a spirit? Because it says this is God's spirit, Yahweh's spirit, that He's going to put on this servant here. Does Allah have a spirit?
uh, God is not. You can refer to God because we're talking in English. Christian Arabs will say Allah. If you're a Arab, a Christian Arab, then let's use Allah. But just so people understand, we're talking about the same Almighty.
We're
Uh,
not
uh,
though. That's the
huh?
difference. We're not. We're not talking
Okay.
about the
Well,
same.
Jesus referred to God as Allah. He
He
didn't
referred to
say
God as the
God. He didn't
Father.
say God. He
He
didn't use
said
the
Father.
Germanic word. He
He
used
said
Allah.
Father.
He would have said Abba most of all.
He said Father.
Well,
So can you,
I don't know if you see the Mel Gibson movie, you could
Dr.
see him
Omar,
say Allah.
does Allah have a spirit, my brother? Please, if we can.
Well, he's not matter. I think you know what you know what it's referring to. Language is not like mathematics. You can't like try to
Dr.
try.
Omar,
Language is trying to
Dr.
get at a
Omar,
point. It
respectfully, Dr. Omar,
respectfully just.
I need you to be direct. I need
I'm
you to be
trying to be
direct.
direct, but you keep interrupting me.
Well, you're
You
not
asked me
answering
the
the question.
question.
That's
Does
why I'm
you asked?
okay. So I had to drop you down because you're losing your cool, or I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna bring you back up. I'm gonna give you another chance. But listen, if you want this to be a long conversation, which I would love for it to be, I need you to be direct when I ask you something. You're talking and not giving me what I asked you. So the question is, does Allah have a spirit? Yes or no? And then you can expound if you want. Okay. All right, you're back on stage. If you can answer that, please.
Uh, yes, Allah has a spirit, but this is not referring to, because Allah is not matter. But it's not. But the way I'm interpreting it, it's not referring to like Allah's own essence. It's referring to the spirit and the angel that's referred to in the Quran.
Well, unfortunately, you're going to the Bible and you cannot read your Islamic theology into the Bible. In the Bible, Yahweh's spirit is of his own essence, who knows even the mind of God and searches all things of God. So this is completely different. This is why this matters. Now,
Well, you
when
can
you're talking
refer
about
to
this,
the
when you're
God's
talking about
spirit.
the spirit, just one second. When you're talking about the spirit of God in the Bible is not an angel. It's the spirit of God. Can you show me where the spirit of God descends and is put on Muhammad in the Quran?
You can refer, you can, if you want to refer to the essence of God, that's fine, because Muslims believe that the Quran is actually from God. It's mediated through the spirit or through Gabriel, but it's ultimately from God. So if you want to say that, if you want to say that it could only mean God, then that's fine, because the Quran is God's words. It's not
Okay.
Gabriel's words.
So can you show me where the spirit of God comes and like, let me show you an example of what I'm talking about, okay? So that you know what I'm asking. So if we go to, for example, Matthew chapter 3. We go to Matthew chapter 3. Whoa. All right, so look right here. This is where Jesus gets baptized. We'll start at verse 15 here. Oh no, verse 16. And when Jesus was baptized, immediately he went up from the water, and behold, oh, I'm sorry, let me put it on the screen for you so you can see it as well. There you go. So it says, and when Jesus was baptized, immediately he went up from the water, and behold, the heavens were opened to him, and he saw the Spirit of God descending like a dove and coming to rest on him. And behold, a voice from heaven said, "This is my beloved Son, with whom I am well pleased." Echoing Isaiah 42. So we see that the Spirit of God comes and descends and dwells on Jesus, just like Isaiah 42 describes in verse 1, right? That God will put his spirit on this servant. Why is it glitching like that? Right? I have put my spirit upon him. So we see that happen with Jesus at his baptism. Do we see something like this? Do we see the spirit of Allah coming down and resting on Muhammad? Is there a verse that says that?
Well, the verse that you brought up just now about the dove, to me, that just looks like that's just from the Homeric epic, where Athena comes in the form of a bird, and it's just like the same thing. That's just this is just mimesis.
So is that a no?
Michael would know about that.
So is that a no?
You mean like a verse like in the Quran, like speaking about like God coming in the form of dove? No, we don't have something like
Is
that.
there a verse where the spirit comes down and rests on Muhammad? Goes on Muhammad, gets placed on Muhammad.
I mean, it depends how you interpret it, how you want to interpret God being with people. There's many verses that says God is with the believers. God that
is there ever a verse that says Allah's spirit comes and dwells on anyone?
I don't remember a verse that has language like the Homeric type of a verse that you presented just now.
You mean like the gospel?
But can I just answer? But I do remember multiple verses. I can like look it up in a Quran, like concordance or something, where it talks about about the spirit. You know, it talks about Sakina.
There's no verse.
Let me check.
Right?
Let me try to. Do you want me to check, or we could go to the next one?
We can go to the next one because the answer is no. I don't want you to waste your time.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay, let's go to the next one.
So Muhammad doesn't even pass verse 1.
No, I believe he does precisely. I believe he does.
Okay,
We can disagree and go to the next one.
No, it's not that we can agree or disagree on it. It's we're discussing the truth.
Wait,
it's
sorry,
either,
you kind of froze.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I don't know Just a
Yeah, because
second.
you're off of StreamYard, and when you go off StreamYard, it's gonna freeze like that.
Oh, okay.
So if you're gonna say that Muhammad absolutely clearly fits Isaiah 42 and verse 1, then you're gonna have to demonstrate for me where it is that the Spirit of God is sent down and dwells upon Muhammad, like Isaiah 42 verse 1 says, like we see what happens with Jesus. So we see where that happens with Jesus, and Jesus fulfills it. Can you show me where Muhammad fulfills verse 1? If he can't fulfill verse 1, then the rest of it is he's out. Right, IP? Is that logical?
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I could make the verse 1 far more robust if you want, but let's just move on for now because we disagree. But if that's fine, if we disagree on verse 1, that's fine.
It's
But
not about us disagreeing. It's not about us disagreeing.
so you want me to agree with you before we move on? That's what you want.
I want you to be honest.
I just told you that I didn't come here on just verse 1, and this is only one part of verse 1, because I mentioned one point and I said that it's verse 1, and I think I mentioned verse 6. Now you're talking about the verse 1, which is just part of point 1 of 15 points I have. And
Dr.
we can
Omar,
disagree. That's fine.
Dr. Omar, just think about what he said, though. It's like there is a clear disqualifier here. We have biblical theology where God places his Spirit on people. The Spirit also in Isaiah does more than this. You go to Isaiah 48:16, it says, now the Lord God and his Spirit have sent me. Okay. When you see the Spirit being talked about in 2nd Isaiah, it's very much another person of God who God sends out, but is also God. It is now resting upon the servant here. So how in the name of common sense does this align with what Islam teaches, the way Isaiah talks about the Spirit? If that's the case, this disqualifies what we see with Muhammad in his own Islamic theology.
Fine. I mean, I disagree with you. I believe that verse about the Spirit of God coming to Prophet Muhammad, I mean, the Quran is coming from Prophet Muhammad, but I can make it far more robust. I have to look in, like I just told you, I have to look in the concordance and see how Spirit is used and all that type of thing. But I have 15 points, and we could just agree to disagree and move on. You can say that I'm wrong. That's fine.
I'll give you one more. I'll give you one more point to share with us. What's one more point in Isaiah 42 you think he
well
he obviously fails verse 1. So what else?
Yeah, I mean, all of them are very strong, but like for example, like is talking about the tribe or of Kedar and Sela Mountain, which is in Medina, and
Selah is in Jordan. It's in Edom.
But it's also in Medina, and there's like thousands of mountains in the world.
Can you show,
so
can you
if
show
you want
me
to divide the probability by,
can you show me anywhere in the Bible where it mentions the mountain of Selah being in Medina or Mecca or in anywhere near that area?
Well, when it's using it in context with all when it's using it in context in Isaiah and is referring to this person who's going to defeat idolatry, who's going to bring justice, and
it says God is going to defeat idolatry.
Yes, but people don't know. People don't know who Muhammad is. It's not going to say Muhammad ibn Abdullah. It's not going to say. It's going to say in terms of where.
Do you believe Muhammad is God?
What do you think?
I'm questioning because you're quoting a verse that talks about God and applying it to Muhammad. So
well, I mean, it's very common in biblical language where it's referring to things being done and it's attributing it to God. I mean, there's a verse in the Quran where it says, where God is talking to Prophet Muhammad and says, you didn't throw like the handful.
It wasn't you who slew. I slew, right?
Handful of soil, and I threw it.
And
so
arrows.
There's certain like ways language is used, but here's the point that I see you and Michael keep doing is you keep treating language like it's like math,
Like,
and you could,
like
you know how you graph 2 points.
we
You
treat
find the
language like how it is. We read it and it
no
says
no
something,
language is
and we
not
believe. Just really
mathematics.
quick, Dr. Omar, we read it, it says what it says, and we use it in its context and we apply it. And you're criticizing us for doing such a thing. That's why it's like there's no way to try to fit Muhammad into these prophecies. This is what you guys have to do. You have to ignore what the text says, ignore the context of the text, ignore the biblical themes of the text, and try to take it, rip it out of its context, reinterpret it to fit your narrative and to somehow fit the current. That's what you guys have to do to plug Muhammad in there. It's tough. No,
Well,
we
you're
don't have
trying
to
to.
do this with Jesus.
Well, Avery, you're mentioning context. You mentioned it like 3 times already, and I'm trying to give you 14 additional contextual points, but you're trying to end the conversation, and that's fine. If you feel you can't handle it, that's fine.
You're right. I feel I can't handle it. Thanks, Dr. Omar.